Welcome, everybody, to Christmasful. We're so glad you're able to join us. I'm Sunny the Elf, and here's Santa. Hi, Santa.
Oh, hi there.
Hi there. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Well, Santa, we are counting these days down. We're in December. Today is December 7th. And so, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're all getting excited for Christmas, right?
Oh, yes, there's a lot going on. Matter of fact, yesterday was St. Nicholas Day, and we all celebrated that up here and gave some time and some thought to our predecessor, St. Nicholas, who really is the first Santa Claus. So we had a day of just remembering him. And today's December 7th, and that's usually when we start sending out a lot of our pre-positioned packages. We sent out a sleigh today earlier to one of our points, so we have a lot of the packages there pre-set up, and we'll continue doing that for probably the next 10 days it'll take us. Okay. And we send sleigh loads and things of presents, and they're all pre-positioned in different locations, so I don't have to come back to the North Pole and refill up each time. So even though we go through the portals and it makes it easy, it's easier to be able to do it, down there below the Arctic Circle. And children, I remind you, don't start looking for these places because you'll never find them. Okay, trust me. I've had some children try to look for them, and you just can't find them. They're hidden. They're not only hidden, they are secretly hidden, and they're invisible to people below the Arctic Circle. In other words, non-elves.
Yes. I was going to say that almost sounds like a challenge, but you're saying that kids can't find them. Even if they wanted to find them, they can't find them.
Even if they wanted, they've looked. I know they've looked.
Of course
I've heard about it. I check on all those sites on the internet, and I know what they're doing down there.
Oh, of course.
They ain't fooling me none.
Well, boys and girls, we want to welcome you to Christmasful. This is a show that Santa and I do, and it's a live show. We broadcast this on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our website at christmasful.com. And this is our way of connecting with you boys and girls because we know that this year is a little bit different. It may be harder to get out to see Santa Claus. Maybe some of the holiday events you guys are used to, those might be canceled or postponed or limited to the amount of people that can attend. And we certainly want as many people to meet with Santa as possible. So Santa and I have been working together for a long time. We have a podcast I'm going to tell you about in just a second. And this year I said, you know what, Santa, I think we may want to do just a little bit more because things are so different. So we don't want you guys to miss a single episode of Christmasful. So I'm going to tell you how you can be notified when we go live. So boys and girls, this is really for mom and dad or your guardian to know more about. But if you don't want to miss an episode of Christmasful, you can get a reminder if you are on Facebook, right? So for each of these episodes, we create a new event so you can get a reminder of that. And then on YouTube, you can subscribe to our videos. So that way, if you happen to miss a video that we do, you can, when you log into YouTube, you can see our video and see what you may have missed. All right. So there's a couple different ways that you can be notified of our live videos. And we also want to tell you about our podcast, which isn't live, but it is a great way for you guys to connect with Santa. And Santa, do you want to tell the boys and girls a little bit more about it?
Oh, we started the podcast about 3 years ago, and it was called Millennial Santa. And it gave a chance for all the children to ask their questions. And you can send a letter or an email up to us and to Sunny, actually. It goes straight to Sunny. And then I come in and we sit down and I'll answer all the questions that I can. And it's been a lot of fun, and I've had some very challenging questions. And I do appreciate all the calls that I get, all the emails that I get. As a matter of fact, I'm looking over here. Right now, you can actually type in if you're watching this live, you can type in a request or just to say hi. And matter of fact, Debbie just said hi, Santa. So she's on Facebook and did that. But yeah, we're still doing Millennial Santa.
Yeah.
I've answered well over 120 questions, I think it is. So, and there's still more questions out there, children. So you keep up the good work. Keep challenging me to give you a good answer.
The best answer we can provide, at least, right?
Yes.
Well,
I work hard on them.
You do, Santa. Well, like Santa says, this is our podcast. And again, you guys can subscribe, have your parents subscribe so you don't miss any of that. We have daily episodes that are being released now through December 25th, which of course is Christmas. So you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And like Santa said, if you have a question that you want to ask Santa, you of course can do that here on Christmasful. But if you want a whole episode dedicated to your question, you can go to our website at christmasful.com. And if your parents say it's okay, you can record a message and we will take that message and we'll incorporate it into the episode. And then, hey, you get your own episode of Millennial Santa, which I think is pretty cool. So
it's a pretty good deal.
You get a whole episode dedicated to you. I think that's kind of neat. All right, Santa. Well, we want to continue with our countdown to Christmas. So here we go.
Tick tock, it's time to count down to Christmas.
So we talked about this a little bit already. I know it's got a good flair to it, a good beat, doesn't it?
Tune.
So we had St. Nicholas Day yesterday, but 17 days to Christmas. What else is going on up here at the North Pole, Santa?
It's pretty much, the presents going out, the toys are still being made, but most of them are all made now. And the biggest thing is getting them all wrapped up and getting them loaded and getting them sorted so they go to the right places, Yeah. And we sort them by country. So, so I don't end up sending children in Japan toys that belong to children in Mexico.
Yeah, they might be a little confused. Yeah, because the toys are different. Could be. Yeah, the toys can be very
toys
different.
Around the world are very different. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have to keep things straight up here at the North Pole. Which toy goes to which location? I'm glad that's not my job.
It could be a challenge. Trust me. It's a challenge. It's just me.
Well, lots of fun stuff at the North Pole. Let's tell you guys what's ahead on today's show for Christmasful. So we've got a bunch of fun stuff lined up for today. We're going to start with some Santa mail. So as we said, you guys can email Santa. You can do that through our website. I'll give you some more information on that in just a little bit. But we want to hear your questions. We want to know what you guys are thinking. And there is an endless supply of questions for Santa out there. So we want to make sure we give you every opportunity to ask Santa your questions in Santa mail. And we have a meet and greet that's going to take place after that. So we have at least one family joining us. We'll see how many families end up joining, but that's going to be a lot of fun because we love to see you guys too and be able to answer your questions that way and just be able to meet with you guys for a little bit. So we've got that. And we have a new segment that we're introducing today called Elf Cam. Santa, do you want to take a guess at what Elf Cam is about?
Do I want to take a guess? Are you? I'm as much in the dark as this.
Okay,
I know a lot of the different elf cams, and I didn't really want to bring that up in a sense because people would think that I'm putting cameras in their houses to keep an eye on my elves, and I really don't do that.
No.
See, yeah.
Well, let me tell you guys what Elf Cam is. Elf Cam is a special segment we're going to start doing here at Christmasful. And this is from you guys. It's your content you send us of what your scout elves are doing around the house. Whew. Got let off that one.
Wow. Okay. a liability on that one. I was
Yeah,
afraid
right.
of that.
So we have a couple pictures we're going to show you today of some people's crazy elves and what they're doing around their home. And then finally, reindeer games. We like to tell you guys about fun games that you can make up, that you can play with just things around your home. And we like to call that segment reindeer games. So again, lots of fun stuff coming up in today's show. And Santa, let's go ahead and kick this off with Santa mail.
We love to hear from you. Let's open Santa mail.
Okay, so here we go. Are we ready for our first question, Santa?
Ready.
Ready? Okay, I was in suspense there for a second.
Ready.
Here we go.
Ready.
Okay, first question. Alex wants to know, is there really a nice list and a naughty list?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, and a lot of people just aren't used to this because there is only one list. I really don't have a nice list and a naughty list. And I've been trying to figure where that came from. We have a list of all the children. And as a child comes into this world, we put them on the list. And of course, when they come in, they're on the nice list. And they usually stay there. Children, aren't really naughty. They're just mischievous. They get in trouble. And if it's something that the elves, think it's necessary, or myself, then we'll make a notation in there next to their name. But there really isn't a naughty list and a nice list. It's where we simplify things up here, one list, and we have everybody's name on it. So don't worry about being on the nice list. I'll tell you this, most children are on the nice list all the time.
Yeah.
And so the only thing, if you're on the naughty list, or if you got a naughty asterisk next to your name, then we will work with your parents and try to correct that so we can get it back to nice again. Okay. So Alex, don't worry about it. You're on the nice list. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes. We have a couple more questions. Here's one from Christopher. Christopher asks, how do you live so long eating all those cookies? I like this one. He's honest.
There's a thing to this. It's true. People look at that, Santa, you go around all Christmas Eve and that's all you do is eat cookies. That ain't true. It ain't true. But I have learned over the years to pace myself, so when I come into a house, I'll usually have a bite or two of cookies. Some houses I've walked into or come down the chimney and they've had a whole plate of cookies. Well, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I like to taste the cookies. I like cookies. And the thing is that the extra sugar helps me because I use a lot of energy on Christmas Eve delivering all those presents. I mean, it's not just flying the sleigh. And it's not just coming up and down the chimney. That takes a lot of energy. But it's to be able to tiptoe around, not make any noise, and then be able to place all the presents under the tree properly. And that's a lot of bending over, a lot of squatting down, things like that. So, yeah, I use it. I use a lot of energy. And, Christopher, I pace myself. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Always try to pace yourself. Okay? Thank you.
All right. And Santa, our last one is from Rachel. Rachel asks, what would you do if you are no longer Santa?
Wow, Rachel, that is a pretty serious question. It happens. It happens. If at some point, someday, I am not well enough to continue my duties as Santa, and I will realize that at that point, the elves and myself and Mrs. Claus will look for another Santa to replace me. I'll stick around for a while, help them out, get them all situated, but the elves really do all the training. Yeah, I feel sorry for a new Santa. Anyway, the elves do a lot of the training for that, and at that point where I cannot function as a Santa, then Mrs. Claus and I will move to a warmer climate and set up housekeeping and probably visit with our children or grandchildren and just live our lives out comfortably. I'll always have Santa in my heart, but if I can't function and I can't do the job, then we got to get somebody new in there, and he'll be just like me. So thank you for the question, Rachel. I don't usually get a question like that, so that's an interesting one.
It definitely is. Rachel's a smart one. Well, boys and girls, we want to make sure that if you have a question for Santa, that you're able to let us know. So I told you I was going to let you know how you can get in touch with Santa. And if you have questions, you can go to our website. If mom and dad say it's okay, you can go to christmasful.com and you can email us through a link that is on what we call the main navigation. It's the very top of the page. It says Santa Mail. So that's what you're looking for. Go to christmasful.com and you can click on Santa Mail and you can send us an email. And that way we can put it on the show. And we may even use it on Millennial Santa, our podcast. We might be able to double dip a little bit and put it on both shows. So yeah, you never know what you're going to get, right, Santa?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I've been looking over here on the sidebar, and I mentioned earlier that Debbie, said hi, and she's on Facebook. And I just found out that her husband is on Facebook with her. So they're both watching us. His name is Pete. And I want to shout out to Pete and Debbie. And thank you for joining us on our show.
Awesome. Yes, this is a great time to remind you guys that since our show is live, this is a great way you guys can ask your questions. Hey, adults can ask questions too. We have adults just commenting and saying hi, and we love all of that, don't we, Santa?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, keep them coming.
I enjoy listening to people's questions too.
Okay, well, Santa, so that was Santa's mail. And now we're going to get ready to go into our next segment, which is our meet and greet.
Got a question? Take a seat, Santa's here to meet and greet.
Yay! We're going to go ahead and bring our family on. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi there. How are you?
Oh, look, we have Brady and Kaylee, and Bryn is joining us, and Mom too. Hello, nice to see you.
Of course, you can't leave Mom out.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Hello, we have some questions for Santa.
Okay, we're ready for it. Well, go ahead, Brian. You got a question? Go ahead and ask us.
We would like to know how the
Brian.
elves make all the toys.
Oh, there's a lot of elves, and they work all year long on the toys. And they do. We have a lot of factories. We have, I think about 20 some different factories that make different toys. Everything's from trains to dolls to games, all that stuff. We make it. And the elves do a really good job, and they work around the clock, day and night. So how are you guys doing? Where's all the smiles? How come I'm not seeing a bunch of smiles here? Wow, those are your glasses?
And we want to know how Santa wraps up all of the presents.
Oh, I don't. I got elves that do that. And like I was talking about earlier, all the elves, now that they've made all the toys, now they're wrapping all the presents up. And they have big factories that's all they do is wrap presents. And they're good at it. Trust me, I can't wrap presents as good as they can. And they do a really, really good job. And they got all kinds of different paper to wrap them up in also. So you guys I see you got your Christmas tree up. That is really a pretty Christmas tree.
Yet, or no?
You haven't what?
He wants to know if you know where his friend Sawyer lives.
Sawyer? Sawyer? Yes, I know that. I have an address on every child out there.
And we want to know more about your sleigh.
Oh, the sleigh. Well, that's pretty much top secret, but I can tell you a few things about it. It's pulled by 8 reindeer, and Rudolph usually goes with it. It's a good-sized sleigh, and both myself and Elvis are in the sleigh, and the rest of the sleigh is filled full of toys. Okay. Now, we also have something that we put on a couple of years ago, and that's called JATO rockets. And that's to give us some extra lift.
Wow,
So we got like rockets in the back to help the reindeer get off the ground. So that's one of the new things we got. Plus, we got GPS and a computer and everything. What?
She
You had a
really
question?
wants me to tell you what she wants for Christmas.
Acid dress.
Okay.
She wants the acid dress for Christmas. She
A what?
acid dress.
From Frozen, the movie Frozen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I said I wanted an Elsa.
An Elsa dress. I got it now. Yeah, your broadcast is a little scratchy, but I got it. An Elsa dress. How about you?
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want a car that goes boo and you turn the volume up real and it goes yell.
Wow.
It says
I don't.
And 3/4 seats on it.
Oh, are you sure that we make those? Are you sure that we make those?
Yeah.
All right. I'll look then. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
Now you both been really good and you're helping your mom out for Christmas, aren't you? Are you both helping your mom? What?
If I have police car, Mom, ask Daddy want makeup.
What was that?
Brady would like to tell Santa that his mom would like makeup for Christmas.
Oh, makeup. I don't think your mom's pretty. She doesn't need makeup. Don't you think your mom's pretty?
Yeah.
Brady? Yeah, she's pretty, isn't she? She doesn't need makeup. But we'll look into it, okay?
Mommy is pretty.
Yes, that's right.
The tree's already decorated.
And that's a pretty tree you got there, too.
We have so many. I have so many dinosaurs.
Did you help decorate it?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So, Kaylee, did you help?
On top.
You put a star on top? Wow. Okay, good. Very good. Well, I hope you all have a very wonderful Christmas, okay? And I want to remind you to take care and help your mom out around the house, okay? That's part of being good. All right?
That's the best Christmas.
All right. Love you.
Santa. Bye, Santa. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. How cute are they?
Children
right.
are always cute.
Oh, I know. They're so cute. They're so excited to see you, which is amazing. All right, Santa, we're on to our new segment. We're on to Elf Cams.
Elf Cam. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Do you like those little eyes staring at you, Santa? Elf Cam?
Oh, my
eyes
goodness. Those are scary.
Well, we don't want to scare the boys and girls, but this is an opportunity for you guys to capture what your scout elves are doing, because we know most of you have your scout elves. And I don't know, like if they're anything like the scout elves, I know they go crazy in the house, right? And you just never know when you wake up what they're going to be doing, right, Santa?
You wouldn't believe the stories I hear.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to repeat some of them on here.
Well,
I mean, some of the things they
I was just going to say, you may see some of the stuff that you don't want to see. You might have to like cover your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. All right. Well, these are some cute ones. Okay. And then I'm going to show you guys some pictures. We'll talk about them. And then at the end, I'll tell you how you can send in your pictures of what your scout elves are doing. All right. So here's the first one, Santa. Look how cute this is.
All right. I got to make my screen bigger so I can see this.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, I'll
my
tell
goodness.
I'll tell you what you're looking at. So we've got 2 scout elves. It looks like they have some different outfits on. I don't think those are the ones that come from the North Pole. But we have 2
Yeah,
scout
those are
elves.
accessorized elves.
That's right. And then we have some reindeer. It looks like these are part of the elf pets. We've got some reindeer, and they're taking a bubble bath, it looks like, but instead of using traditional soap and water, they've got cotton balls. This is like so cute. I love this.
It's so cute. It is. Well, it actually is probably better than using a real bubble bath. So
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how you'd get those little reindeer dried off. My
That's
goodness.
true. That's
So
true. So super cute little scout elves. And yeah, they always need a bath every now and again. You know reindeer really well. I mean, I know these are elf pets, but still, Sandy, you know the reindeer. How do you take care of the reindeer? Do the reindeer get bathed every now and again?
oh yeah. Not too much bathe. They get brushed down a lot during the winter, and
Okay.
they don't get bathed a whole lot because their hair it actually is like a tube inside, and it holds all the warm air in it. So we don't want to wash any of the oils and stuff off of the reindeer, but we
Yeah.
do brush them down. They get brushed regularly, daily, and if they go out and they exercise real hard and they get kind of sweaty, then the elves come in and they dry them off real good, and again brush them off, and that's what we do. Usually they get enough baths in the summertime because they're always running around in a lot of the rivers and things like that around the Arctic Circle. So
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do in the wintertime, nobody takes a bath up here. It's cold.
Yeah. That's right. It's very cold up here. Okay, let's go on to our next picture that we were able to capture. All right, so it looks like this little elf has gone fishing. What do you think? You think that's candy? That's probably candy, huh? Like some Swedish fish or
I
something like
I
that.
would think so. It's very, fishing. Elves hardly ever, especially the scout elves, they hardly ever get to go fishing or anything. So I can understand where this one's coming from. It wants to try something new, and if it gets the chance, they will. And
Yeah, for
those are
sure.
little red fish. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, those are
I think those are
interesting.
Swedish fish. Have you ever had Swedish fish? It's a candy.
Swedish fish.
That's what it's called. Everybody needs to type in the comments if you know what I'm talking about.
I
Swedish
need
fish.
to get educated.
Yeah, I think
All
that's what
right,
it
if
is.
you say so.
It's like a
I
gummy.
I
It's like a hard
I
gummy.
have a. Is that right?
Mhm. Yeah,
I
sure.
guess I'm living a sheltered life.
Ask your scout elves about it next time they come to the North Pole to visit
I
you.
will. I
I
will.
think
I
I think that's
will.
what we got going
I
on
will.
there.
I have to.
All right, Santa, we got one more. Okay, our cameras were able to capture this one. I think that's sugar.
Oh my goodness. Oh my good. That is not snow. So
No.
they're in there with sugar. I know that's sugar.
Yeah, I
Oh my
believe. Well,
goodness.
so this is obviously in a kitchen, right? And so I'm thinking it's either got to be
Obviously, I
flour
see
or
a blender.
sugar. Yeah.
It
So
looks like sugar.
yeah,
It
I think it's
does. And
sugar.
if it's an
Yeah.
elf, it probably is sugar. I can't think of an elf doing snow angels and flour.
Yeah. Plus,
It's
that would be
just,
so
yeah,
messy
sugar.
too.
Well, yeah, but they love sugar anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know,
If you can't
you
have a
probably
sugar
lick up
cookie.
all the sugar.
Exactly. They're
That's
probably
right.
licking their hands and their legs and their
Right.
feet
Yeah.
and look, they're making little sugar angels, right? Instead of snow
Sugar
angels, a
angels. Yeah.
sugar
That's what they're
angel.
doing. Yeah. Sweet angels.
Oh, well, they are so sweet, right? At least to the boys and
Right.
girls. All right. So we are looking for more pictures. We want you guys to send in your pictures featuring your scout elves and the crazy shenanigans that they're up to. And this can be really easy. I'm going to tell you how to do this. So we want you to take a picture. Probably mom and dad probably have to do this for you, or grandma and grandpa. And then we made it really simple. So instead of having to go to our website and send it, I figured most people were going to be doing this with their cell phones. So you can take a picture and email it to us directly at Christmasful, you can just add it as an attachment to the mail. Again, your parents will know how to do this, boys. Actually, there might be a lot of boys and girls that know how to do this too. I'm probably not
Probably
giving you
more
guys
so
enough
than Grandpa
credit.
and Grandma. Yeah. Grandpa and
Yeah,
Grandma may not know how to do it.
That's true. And go ahead and email us. You can email us at santa@christmasful.com. We'll get those pictures. We'll include it the next time we do a segment. And if you want to tell us the names of your scout elves, that would be cool too, because then we can say, uh-oh, look what trouble Wiggles and Giggles got into today. So those are
Oh, yeah, that would
be
be really good because, then I can put the elves and the names of them together. And then when they come up and see me acting all innocent and so on, then I have something on them.
You have something.
I know what you've been doing. Yes.
You look all sweet, but I know better.
Yeah.
All right, Santa, it's time for our final segment of today's Christmasful. Here is reindeer games.
Rudolph, come and play. Let's make a reindeer game.
Hooray! All right, so our reindeer game today, Santa, is called Snowball Toss. Now, I did something special for today's game. I'm going to tell you guys, this is really, really simple how to put this together. So the explanation of how to make this game is going to take like 2 seconds. Okay. But then I took some video and did a little behind the scenes so you can see how to play this game. So let's go ahead and start with, you need some items, right, to put this together. And these are all things you probably have around your house right now. Wanted to make it really simple for you guys. So here are the items that you're going to need. You're going to need 8 to 10 mugs, although, this can really vary. If you don't have 8 to 10 mugs, you're just going to have a more simplified version of the game, which is completely fine. But if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you're going to have more mugs. So there you go, 8 to 10 mugs. Lots of marshmallows. Now, you could do the tiny, tiny marshmallows, or you could do the big marshmallows. The big marshmallows are going to be easier to get in the cups. So if you want a little bit more of a challenge, use the tiny marshmallows. And then you do need some labels if you want to keep track of points. Basically, the last 3 things: labels for points, scorecard, and a pen or pencil, crayon, whatever you want to use. All of that is if you want to keep score. Okay, because you can have some really fun times with this. So I'm going to show you some pictures and take you through the steps. It's really easy. Ready? Step 1, you're going to take your mugs and you're going to line them up in some sort of pattern if you want. So in this picture here, we can have a Christmas tree pattern, and you can do whatever you want. You could do a circle. You can make a cross. You could just kind of scatter them randomly if you want to, but I think it's kind of cool when you create some sort of pattern. And then step 2 is you're going to create some sort of point system if you want to keep track of points. Now, typically when you're doing this, you could do this any way you wanted to, but typically the mugs that it would be harder to get the marshmallows in the mugs, those are going to be worth more points. So if you're tossing them and, you've got a mug that's really hard to get a marshmallow into, maybe that's worth 100 points. And the one that's closer to you is only worth like 20 points or 10 points. Okay, so you got to award some points if you want to keep track of that. And then the last step here is to take your marshmallows and toss them into the cups. Okay, so you could just have fun doing this, or you could start to toss them and you can keep track of where your marshmallows land and see how many points you get in the end, right? Because each cup has a different point value. So this is easier to just kind of show you what this looks like as opposed to just telling you. So here
Do we have
go.
our 2 famous elves coming in and doing this?
Elves. That's right. Our elves, Ainsley and Addie, are joining us to show you guys how to do and how to make the snowball toss. Take a look. did. Did you see that at the end? I couldn't believe it. She just kind of, because I was videotaping this, and she just kind of threw her marshmallow up there, and it went into 100. I couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. So they
I
had
have so much
some
fun
fun with
just
that.
watching them. I did. I had more fun watching them.
Oh my goodness. So again, that is a fun little game that you guys can play. And we try to do things here at Christmasful, stuff that mom and dad don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff from the store, but these are probably things that you may have around your house already. Maybe you don't have the little marshmallows. I don't know. Like, I feel like we have more of that kind of stuff around Christmas time. So hopefully you can use the big marshmallows too. So if that's all you have, if you have some stuff from leftover s'mores or something like that around the house, you can use that as well. And so we'll put this video up. We'll put it up on our YouTube page if you guys want to watch it again. And we'll also put it up on our website if you guys want to check that out and learn a little bit more about how to play that game.
That is cool.
Yeah,
That is cool.
fun. It is
I
fun.
see we had another one from Facebook,
Yeah.
Doreen. Yeah, she says she's going to try that.
Oh, without, yeah. And then we have
Without
another comment.
marshmallows? Oh my goodness.
Without the marshmallows. Yeah, maybe she's going to use something else. Well, we were talking about that earlier, and we said, could you use something else besides marshmallows? I said cotton balls, but I don't think that's going to work. You need
Ping pong
something-
balls.
Ping pong balls, yeah. Although, would you really have a lot of
Daddy's
ping
golf
pong?
balls.
Well, don't break the mugs. That's the thing. I forgot to say, instead of having mugs, you could just use other cups. But here's the thing. If it's not like a little more weighty, right? If it doesn't weigh a little bit more, the mugs or the cups could fall over really easily. And then you might as well be playing bowling at that point. So that's why we chose to use the mugs. At first I was like, you don't want the mugs to break. So, you got to be careful.
Your idea sounds safer. It does.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the things I'd come up with couldn't be that safe, I suppose.
Well, this is a great one.
Yeah,
Look
I
what
see
Pete said.
Pete said he likes using what? Fruit Loops?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, Fruit Loops would work good. Probably Cheerios, right? You probably have those in your cabinet.
Do you throw them by the handful?
Spray and pray. I don't know. I guess you could, right?
Yeah.
I think, and you can play the game a couple different ways where, like, I had the girls, so they each had 10 marshmallows, and then they would take turns, so each person had a turn before the next person went. And that worked out well, but you could also set it up so that if you had 10 marshmallows, you used up all of your marshmallows, and then, the next person went. And I like the idea too of mixing up the cups. So it's not just, one pattern or anything like that.
I got a question from Dwayne here, and he wants to know if I had a birthday. And I think I mentioned that one time before, a long time ago. But I celebrate St. Nicholas Day as the birthday of Santa. And I don't have my own individual birthday. It's been so long ago, I forgot what day it was now. So...
Which was, but St. Nicholas Day was yesterday. We talked about that, right?
Yeah, that's right. And that's where we celebrate, all of the Santas celebrate that day as our founder. St. Nicholas was basically the first Santa.
Yeah.
And actually, it went from St. Nicholas to Sinterklaasen and then to Santa Claus. So there's been a variation in the name throughout the world. I could go into that someday too.
That's a good question.
Because I'm called by I'm called different names throughout the world. So,
yeah. So who all calls you Santa Claus? I'm just curious.
Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Those are mostly the people in the North American continent, Canada, the United States.
Yeah.
Most of them. In fact, even down in Mexico, they call it Papa Noel.
Okay.
And
I like
and then
that.
Different other nations, they do it. I'll have to put together that'll be one of our questions for one of our podcasts, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We need to go through those. We've had a lot of fun questions on Millennial Santa. Anything you ever wanted to know about Santa, we've probably covered in one form or another, because we've been doing that for a few seasons now. But then again, we always get a question. It's like, wow, we didn't think of that one.
Oh, it's just like the question from Rachel. That's the first
Yeah.
time. I mean, I haven't had anybody ask me that question for quite a long time. I can't
Yeah.
remember the last time, actually. Eee.
Well, they're always coming up with new ones. And I like the ones where it's more about like what's happening nowadays. Because this year we got a lot of questions about COVID-19 and, wearing masks and going door to door. So if you have any questions like that for Santa, you should go check out our podcast because we've done a few episodes on that. And how does this impact Christmas? And every year I feel like there's something, it might be like the latest video game. Santa, do you play this video game? Do you play that video game? But every year we get something, something a
Oh,
little
it is
different.
different. Plus, I know a lot from the past, too. So,
Yeah,
if
true.
you really want to challenge the questions, ask me questions from Einstein, from Tesla. These are some of my great heroes from the past. And
Very cool.
I can answer a lot of questions about them, too.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we have any more comments. So, Santa, I think it's time to wrap up our episode today. We want to remind you guys, wrap it up, right? Like my wrapping paper.
Rapper, yep.
Wicka. Sorry,
I can't
our
do
wrap.
that rap stuff. I
No,
haven't
I
done that
can't
rap.
do that. I probably shouldn't do that either. See, this is what happens, boys and girls, when Santa has too many candy canes. This is what happens.
Got it. I got a candy cane rush.
I know. We don't want you guys to miss an episode of Christmasful. So be sure to get our notifications. Again, if you're on Facebook, check that get reminder button. And then on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Not only do we have all of our previous episodes of Christmasful, but we have all of our podcast episodes are also up on YouTube as well. So if you prefer to do that as opposed to, subscribing another way, you can do that. And then we have our podcast, of course, Millennial Santa. Daily episodes are coming out every day now through Christmas. So that's a lot of fun.
There's a thing. Yeah, you can binge watch. Everybody's supposed to be staying home, and you can only watch Netflix for so long.
Right.
Now you can start binge listening to Santa on Santa Millennial Santa, or you can check out some of our recent episodes on Christmasful.com. So you could binge watch Santa. I think that's
like
pretty
the sound
cool.
of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There are definitely worse things to binge on than Santa Claus, that's for sure. And we would love for you guys to connect with us. There's a bunch of different ways. You can see some of our social media sites up there. Check us out. Usually it's Christmasful. We couldn't do that with Instagram, so we're Christmasfully because we're fully full of Christmas on Instagram. And I think that's it. Any other announcements or anything to say, Santa?
Yeah, I think, I want to remind everybody to, tell your friends about this. Pass the word around.
Absolutely.
The more the merrier. I would love to have everybody get on here, and especially if we can have some joy for Christmas. That's what the important part is. There's no charge for this,
right.
And in fact, it's really good. And if it's a little bit of fun in your life, I've done my job. And so keep up. But pass the word around. And as a final thought, I want to remind everybody to please keep the spirit of Christmas in your heart throughout the year, no matter what goes on. But keep that spirit of Christmas in your hearts. Thank you.
All right. Bye, boys and girls. We are going to see you back here on Wednesday. See you later.